we are back live. Bust Radio. We'll go ahead and get the topic going here. Interracial relationships. All the people that know me personally, I grew up in Colombia. I think that's an interracial capital of the world, damn near. All of my girlfriends were white up till I moved to Richmond when I was about 17 years old. That's all I know was the interracial relationships. That's all I had, all I really knew. I think you love who you love is what it comes down to. But also a reality of it is there are some differences there, some cultural differences there, and it can make a difference, you know, in a kid's life. You know, at some point or another, it's something that can definitely make a difference. I think interesting topic. That's why I picked it. So I want to go ahead and also open the discussion up to the panel that we have here today. And we'll go ahead and start to my immediate right, my sister, who also grew up with me, obviously, in Colombia, who was just itching to get here today. She couldn't wait to get here and be on the panel. She didn't know she was going to be on until about 2 minutes ago. But she has very, very interesting views because her views have actually changed from one extreme to the next on this topic. So I can go ahead and turn the mic over to my big sis, Tish. The mic is yours.
Okay, hi everybody. As Khalid said, yes, I grew up in Colombia where we saw a great deal of interracial relationships. Typically, black guy with white girls is usually what I saw. And just at that age and seeing so much of that, I just got the impression that most of the guys that I went to school with, most of the black guys that I went to school with kind of felt as if they had a prize if they had a white girl on their arm. So what does that do to a young black girl? Luckily, I had an incredible mother, so I was raised with a great deal of self-confidence. But for those that weren't, I think that if you didn't have a good self-image and you're seeing all of your black counterparts with only white women, it was saying to you, you weren't good enough. You didn't look good enough. You weren't light enough. Your hair wasn't straight enough. And I think it was a way to give a lot of girls a pretty bad complex about themselves. Again, I was very lucky that I didn't have that because of the way I was brought up, but it made me very angry. So as Khalid mentioned, I had some very strong views about it at the time. I felt like whenever I would see an interracial couple, I would automatically assume, oh, he just doesn't like black women. And maybe in some cases that was true, I didn't really know, but just seeing that, I got very angry whenever I would see it. I had nothing to do with these people. I wouldn't know the person and wouldn't know the couple, but it would make me very angry because automatically I would see this black man and think, oh, you have a problem with me because my skin's dark or my hair is not straight. So, you know, it made me very angry. And over the years and getting older and maturing some, I did meet more men and talk, and we would have conversations about it. And sometimes a lot of men, they would say, I only date white women. They felt like black women had too much of an attitude. Some of them felt as if they could boss white women around more. And it just made me really angry initially. But then over the years, after some more time went by, I also met men who dated both. You know, and that helped the way I would see things a little bit. I think it just made me really angry if I thought there were some men that were just completely just Xing out the whole black race of women, like we just weren't good enough. But if you just happen to fall in love with whoever you fall in love with and they happen to be outside of your race, that was something I got to deal with and learn, you know, that got a little easier. So now I basically feel that if, you know, that's who you love, that's who you love. I do see more black women, I'm sorry, other way around. I see white women with black men too, and so that's been a change as well. But I just feel like now you love who you love. Just for me personally, I love my black men, and that's, you know, I think that's fair. That's my choice, and I think living in America, we all should have our choice. And again, your experiences shape who you are. So if you've had those kind of experiences that made you feel that you need to date a particular race or not date a particular race, I've come to understand that's your choice, and I don't have to agree with it. So that's just kind of my take on it.
Okay. That sounds about accurate. Coming from my sister. So we'll go ahead and keep it moving on right on down the line and to Miss Authoress Defyne. Hear what she has to say on this opinion.
I've never really actually had a bad, like yourself, I've grown up pretty much confident in who I was, and I never felt as if any other race, no matter how they look, it's odd because a lot of my friends were that way growing up. But I've never really, I think with having a strong father figure in my household, I never really lacked in self-esteem. I've always known who I was. I've always felt like I could compete with anybody. That's just my mind frame. I wasn't conceited, but I was comfortable. And I always felt like the same, like you love who you love. And growing up in a multicultural junior high school up in Georgetown, many of my best friends were Filipino and Chinese. Like I didn't have a set group of friends. I've always kind of been like this. I don't have a clique. I kind of liked who I liked, and interacted with different people. So my take on it is pretty much the same. I think that you love who you love. I think that it's a good thing on the strength of it educates you to learn other cultures, and I've also learned that through junior high school and being in a diverse community. That you learn different cultures, you learn how to interact with different people. So I'm a fan of it personally. I've never dated outside my race. I probably would never because I love my black men, but I mean, I don't see anything I don't see anything wrong with it at the end of the day.